After a very special day this noon, which I were walking at Parque Centenario, Buenos Aires, after a very special moment, just came and happened as Captain. You're on Edmund J. International Criminal Court in New York, and you're on Edwin Founders International Court of Justice asked me how to publish the special thing. I just came out for a moment and just were for a while. You're on I to come out. And in the middle of the reality, I will ever go into Plaza Flores, Buenos Aires. And this small one-block park will be the scenery for my supposed prostitution and dealing drugs, and also robbing cell phones, where supposedly evangelics goes to making evangelism, which no one ever is, never. The liars ever degenerate cycles, snakes, evangelics, saying the Lord is not going to leave us. Lord is going to be mercy, whatever I did to it. One thing is a victim, another thing is you. Pieces of shit. You are not authorities of no God. You won't be authorities. You are just a begging, profane, freaks, creatures of hell. Having some power that you live often for. To make your capricious, demon, degeneration as demons you are. You have murdered with your maricas Sodoma, Policía Federal Argentina, 2,114 rabbis. My friends, people of mine, and them families, and them wives were raped on and on. But maricas perras degeneradas Ejército Argentino, and all the parties maricas degeneradas that you defend. And you've taken the 30% of everything they had. Guillermo PREIN, Osvaldo CARNIVAL, Juan CRUDO, Carlos ANACONDIA, Omar CABRERA. And the reality of this all is you still kept on making to my people the same. And you kept on doing the same to everyone of my friends. And the 30% of the written murder you kept. And this is the thing that I'm going to keep after. Pedazo de perras del infierno. Perras retorcidas y podridas. De la forma que morirán. No estoy afrontando a ningún Dios, ningún Señor. Y tú, Cristo, perra retorcida, angélico unido, es un diablo como vos. Ustedes no son más que mierda, con el perdón de las víctimas, así que ustedes entregan a muerte manipulando y haciendo negocio con las maricas de Sodoma, de quienes se sirven para ser perras del infierno por los siglos. Y el espejito, quien es la más poderosa, el mayor poder. Vuelvo de nuevo. Poder, no reconozco a tu Dios. ¿Cuál es tu Dios y el nombre de tu Dios? Muéstrame los poderes, muéstrame la magia, muéstrame cuán poderoso sos, y te prometo que me voy a rendir a tus pies. Y te rendiré loores, pero antes mostrame los milagros y las glorias. Entreteneme, mostrame cuán grande puedes ser y qué rival tengo para mi guerra. Porque el Hijo del Sol, la estrella de la noche, el naciente de la mañana, no duerme y guarda a su mucho. ¿Sabes, evangélica degenerado? Hija víbora de varón, maldita muerta, nada de santo tuviste ni tenés, y la maldad es tu nido, y la muerte es tu futuro. Shalá, con el perdón de víctimas. At the certain clear thing of this all, I'm sorry that comes. There just happened the reality that I were under the business of this prostitutas, United Evangelics, in compound with SODOMA, degenerados, Metropolitana, Policía Federal Argentina, Prefectura Naval Argentina, sí, de Gendarmería. About to kidnap Diplomat Corps of Israel, Italy, Malaysia, Suez, also some of USA, and one representative of the United Nations in the government of the USA of the administration of Mr. President Barack Obama were murdered in Buenos Aires for the cause of the needs of these prostitutas and these Sodoma degenerados, maricas, and prostíbulo, pinky pinky, whorehouse, Balcarce Street 50, Buenos Aires. And it's Madame Whore. So the words. So the reality of this all just happened at the certain clear. It just went supposedly to reach out to Plaza Flores. Just walked a few blocks, expecting I would take a bus. Still excursion. And just walked. And Marica, Guillermo Horacio PREIN, which says I gotta be what he is. Devil, witch, thief, crazy whack, schizophrenics, degenerados, prostitutes, faggots, diablas, telling that I were robbing, and he saw me robbing cell phones and making chunky stuff and dealing chunky stuff, and also prostituting myself and having sex with others, and I just were delivering all over as well, with the things that, like they says, belongs to them and to him. Delivering like I robbed him and they has new evidences. And I were making a robbery in International Criminal Code, Mr. President Shimon Peres, Barack Obama, Justice Bodies, International Court of Justice, United Nations, recompenses of mine, and I will be the super devil, which he is, false prophet, marica, degenerado, asesino, ladrón, perro sucio, genocida, bruja, diabla, con tu caste y tu prostíbulo. Pejito a pejito, por referencia en lo que sos y maíz. Shalá. Shalom Hashem, le perdona la lengua que la realeza que soy me permite identificar y hablar de cultura. Para siempre, tu altura, la de evangélicos unidos, degenerados. And in the middle of this all, this twisty damn-share snakes not only started lying again, but saying that I were schizophrenic and I am a teller. And like a teller, I read some things and associate it pathologically, and it's just imagination, of course. Where Policía Federal Argentina, Rotary of Officers and Sub-Officers, Policía Federal Argentina, Prefectura Naval Argentina, Gendarmería Nacional, SIDE, Metropolitana, making permanently business upon my life, and with everything I am and everything I do. Business of witches, business of rapists, business of pedophilics, business of pretended of medics, doctors, business of pretended of government, legislative, business of astronomers, pretended of, business of scientists, pretended of, business of whatever to be oscolati, of everything of the night. Look, God is making this. We can take chances. Evangelics are helping us. And this cannot be any other because of we command, but that's what we say and we show every day. Of course. Sodoma. No voy a dejar uno vivo. Ni uno vivo. Y otro prontito. Y seguimos dando a Dios, violando, robando, falsificando. Y así no me hagas eso. No que te estoy invitando a que lo hagas, marica. Continúa con la mierda que eso sí que haces. No voy a dejarlo vivo. Lo voy a disfrutar. Voy a ser tu ejecutor, marica. Terra. Con voz al infierno. And in the middle of the soul, bipolar. 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 Perra enferma. Vos te vas al infierno con ellos y yo voy a venir a ti a ser mi ejecutor. Vas a ser un negocio de degenerados. And suddenly the reality of the soul just came back because of your honor, said all already within what we had to. Just try the rest of the day. I slept so few hours. The reality is not easy. The clear fact is I am angry. And I love enough like to bring just the whole damn associates and the complete world, but not of innocence and victims. I'm not giving the worth for the shit. Like the shit permanently thinks of. Especially United Evangelics. Shit. That pretends to sing that Lord is with them, Lord is not believing. And they are justified and they know what they do, and Lord show them. And I will be proud the demons which they cause and they don't. But the problem is the demons are not having it. And they were arranging with Sodoma, maricas, Policía Federal Argentina, on put him inside everything you say you put. We are gonna stand that for he to show as we need he to show. How does he know? Cualquier maldita bruja barraja lo hace mejor. Evangélica de mierda. Prostituta desde tu vientre hasta la maldita muerte. Y así te enterré. Y no estoy hablando de género femenino. La identidad que Adonai te dio es prostituta marav. Shluta marav. Shluta mahut. Shluta drojo. Taum. Diablas. Ya se murieron. Ladroncitas, genocidas, perritas en celo de poder, fiebre de la jojo, nauma. Fiebre rigidi bashu. Perritas degeneraditas. And in the middle of this reality happened something which your honors me aside to say, I'm sorry to say. Learn love and learn and aim at nothing of God in our thoughts. Power, power! What is your God? Entertain and show me and I shall bend on you. You're not landing on me and I'm gonna cut you in pieces. And you are gonna go the hell in pieces and you're gonna bend in front of your master. Lucifer, Evangelico Unido, and I'm not speaking about me. Adonai, pardon for, speaks through me, and you are all demonias, and I enjoy you die forever, Shala, and I'm gonna see you from up above, and if any of you comes in front of me, I'm gonna myself spit up in your disgusting eyes the poison you produced in my people, and in me for so long, and I'm gonna puke that damn shit you made me eat so long, and you are gonna rot in hell with that all 9 millions each and the one forever, every one of you. And this is not the same thing. I don't need to forgive, and Adonai is not going to be mercy on you. Adonai is not a whore of you. Adonai is not your clots, and you are not but a hypocrite, liar, degenerate, every of you. Every one. But the victims that I am going to cancer you are of the hell for the humanity you destroyed, killed, and genocided, which have never loved and wanted for himself. Pieces of shit. The reality of this all came at the point of International Court of Justice and International Criminal Court. I'm sorry, my words on this. For the damages of this horse, making publishments all over saying that I will do and be everything like maricas Sodoma Argentina, makes ups and forges, while rapes and murders, kids, let's start over, pregnant, fetus, babies, kids, pre-puberal, teens, adults, men and women, both genders, mothers, fathers, marriages, young and old, grandma, grandpa, and complete families, and friends, and chain everyone, of course. And sacrifice them, telling them power and right for, of course. And robs everything they got, saying they has rights for, of course. And the degenerates, prostitutas, this takes the 3% of all. Saying, for they didn't regret in front of the Christ and didn't care to us what we say had a kid and respected us, the authorities. We were the ones chosen. The reality of this is, besides this all, your honors sent orders of Guillermo Horacio PREIN, Osvaldo CARNIVAL, Omar Cabrera, Juan CRUDO, Carlos ANACONDIA, to dismiss everything they had, and the whole of the supposed pastors of them, houses, cars, doors, accounts, and whatever they had. And the prostitutas degeneradas started to blame the supper witch, and oh, we need a blefahumat, let us say. We have a local justice for with Sodoma. And arranging, like always, empresa de degenerados y criminales para servicio de degenerados y criminales y de toda obra abominable como abominables son Policía Federal Argentina, Fuerzas Armadas, con el perdón de víctimas. ¿Qué es lo que son ya siglos? Exterminó. Y así será. A la realidad, at the reality of this, for the fortune and establishing some trick, and Guillermo Horacio PREIN, Osvaldo CARNIVAL, Omar Cabrera, Juan CRUDO, Carlos ANACONDIA, no matter whom, no matter what, said the arrangement, okay, we have already lost, but I'm not going to give in that way. Hipócritas degenerados manipulating people, saying, this is of the devil and the devil wants to rob God and rob us and we're going to make the war, of course. Maricas hipócritas y prostitutas de cuarta. And in the middle of this all went to Sodoma, maricas, like they says of us, of me, because of they says they commands, maricas del infierno, and not to gay. I'm not talking about gay, and this is not a term for gay, like this. The reality of this all, בכל מתחמי שפך החיניקה, אף לכימי תקמי חליין. And went to putting out people of the property saying that belong to me. And behind arranged already, forged my signature in documents telling if he says and denies is whack and it's delirious of course and it's schizophrenic and only denies what already done because of he's a psychopath and always does things and after that he denies it. Of course, we saw this with the Cuerpo Médico Forense, government of the City of Buenos Aires, Borda said the same, also Alvear and also Pinheiro. How does he know that? And he guesses us, and also it's a crime against the government. Telling that I gave right for they to possess the whole of the properties of them and share between each other. And Cuerpo Médico Forense, government of the City of Buenos Aires, Borda, Alvear, Pinheiro are in. And Evangelica Diabla telling, we already lost, just give us 20, keep the rest, we're living. So I'm going to tell you one thing. I have a very moment. I am under permanent damage and permanent destruction. And these degenerados, they're just saying that they can kill people to Sodoma, to being raped and murdered, saying the Lord gave them the authority for, saying that that's the justice of the Christ. And what they do is saying that my mother were caved by Guillermo Horacio PREIN, Osvaldo Carnival, to the men of the Federal Police of Argentina to do whatever they want. We are the keepers of the Lord. You are keepers of the hell, maricas. And that's the way you die. Maricas. The Sodoma. And you're associated with you. Al infierno. Para siempre. Por el nombre de Dios. Perdonadme los términos. Por el nombre de Hashem. Yahweh, Yeshua, el único, el verdadero, el eterno, al que le pertenezco, al que está conmigo y con quien yo estoy para siempre. Salah. And in the middle of this all happened the reality never expected. Guillermo Horacio PREIN, Osvaldo Carnival, started saying that my friends had to pay for the damages to them, and the justice of Argentina, pedófilo Zaffaroni, pedófilo Rongo, pedófilo Orida, pedófilo Baraja, prostituta, webmeister, and associated, telling that it were a burgelijk gemakkelijke weg in Policía Federal Argentina while Policía Federal Argentina considered of expertises of mental, social emerge, psychiatry and psychology, saying that they can define my person, my behavior, my whatever I do, whatever I am, forging and making up any cause and anything, and murdering people while it tells them to get the fuck out of the forces and not even try to go back. And forgets this. There's to saying that they has rights for murder and remain because of they says they commands. And they says they has rights to make out like them to my old friends. About to later be hunted, raped and murdered. And robbed. And Cristina Fernandez de Kirchner made them the command to rape and murder 2,814,114 persons more than the 697,104 already kidnapped. And third to saying, go to its soul and its friends, wherever they will be found even in Israel, for my fellows to be strong enough, so takes care of me that I come to the world to be the queen that I am. And third to saying that I am schizophrenic and liar. I need word published in front of the court of law. In the middle of this all, the delirious Sodoma degenerados keeps on saying that I cheat myself, that they are gonna win, and I think I'm gonna win myself. And how does that Diablo degenerado, marica enferma, Sodoma, things like can confront God and can define God and making God to be a demon, which they are, and things that are gonna make him with the help of prostitutas, evangélicos unidos. And in the middle of this all, they says that they are gonna make it, and they are gonna possess me and making what they says gotta do. And suddenly the point of this all comes off. Spotle chabet chamachani, bebet chabet chachachati, hashmat lemet chachachani, bebet chabet chachachani. What they want is the world I am, and they were created to focus on. And they think they are going to be also prostitutas evangélicas unidos. think like they are gonna be safe and having something to hold before they too go out again forever. They think that destroying me, they are gonna get it and they are gonna be justified by the mercy and grace of the Lord because of the season, and they are gonna be saved. They think they are gonna be there, destroying me and telling only how to be that they can live, and telling they are keeping people that they never kept. But the business of the abomination, hypocrite shit they are. And things I cheat myself and I am comfortably used by demons that they themselves invited to my life. Sodoma degenerados for making what 12 years with them, day and night with my enemy. And thirst to saying I am guilty because if I didn't go away and let my mother to be raped and murdered and my family pay to have everything they wanted, saying that I had that chance. And they were serving this bullshit for they to do this, and says I am guilty and I stood here to helping them and making them do, while they were the cause and the reason I remain here still today, robbing me them themselves. They all, with Sodoma, gran ramera, abominables, and not only to me, and giving us to the generations and abominations and saying we are the official of the God. And the idea of official is power, profaning and trading Rabbi, for they received the anointing by Rabbi, and showing up it is not a witch's thing. The whole this víboras, maricas y prostitutas, porque no puedo decir otra cosa con la demencia que estoy teniendo y el aborrecimiento que les tengo por los siglos. It's like maricas degeneradas Sodoma, the same feeling and worse every day with everyone and each other. Sees and understands what happens in the spiritual. This horse every day, like horse and demons, does and are for. And in the middle of this all, this prostitutes and sickle shit, Marica Sodoma says it's the official and they has rights. We're caving like an them demon. And that's what we suffer. That's the massive rapes, the forgery, the murder, the genocide, and all abomination we still suffer. And the officialism, pedofílicos, degenerados, abominables, psicópatas, perras de violación, abominación y corrupción. Applauding, making business on it. No me cabe ninguna duda que son, por supuesto, degenerado. I'm gonna set this in private. It's too much better. I'm not gonna hand it away. I'm not gonna give it. And I'm gonna exterminate them. And I'm gonna celebrate. September 15th, 2014. 22:59. Mira mi delirio. Prosti degenerada. HTTPS www. The clearest way of my days never passed by in front of the reality of my keeper. Eloi. Melech. Elchai. F6. Last key and queen on my side. Let's play this as a game. Systems record. 2300. One service. La abominable. maldita ciudad, el infierno, where the part of an victim is seen